It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. You can even take a course on the U.S. government or dealing with stress and anxiety. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Ariola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights, this baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Remember, if for any reason you must leave your radio, please have the man at the door stamp your ear so you can listen again later.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use
Omaha! Omaha! Red Polly! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Blue Poncho! Dilly Dilly! Rambo! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here! Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Chop, Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey! Short Ox! Ludo Raiders!
Red Lion! Omaha!
Time out!
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Dread running to the post office? Stamps.com brings post office and UPS services right to your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and get up to 40% off USPS and up to 62% off UPS rates. Nearly 1 million small businesses use Stamps.com to save time and money. It's a no-brainer. So skip the post office and visit Stamps.com.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Hey Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Armchair Quarterback Radio, the gunslingers of sports talk.
And here's second-year quarterback Brett Favre out of Southern Mississippi by way of the Atlanta Falcons. They are hopeful he can succeed in the NFL. Here, Brett Favre, you want to describe this one? The best receiver out of the game from the 35, 19 seconds left. Is there a spark of life in Green Bay? Touchdown! Marino!
Here's Marino, wide open field, goal! 37 the season breaks the all-time NFL record. Going deep and open.
You are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer. Janice doesn't stop it, ball, please.
TGIF on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Justin Waller and Mac McGee are back at it, 6 p.m. Eastern, to 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday evening right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel and your local CBS Sports affiliates. We're talking the NFL, Major League Baseball, Southern football, so grab you a cold one. It's finally Friday on the Armchair Quarterbacks, 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Waller and McGee getting you ready for your sports weekend.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expect it here. CBS Sports Radio.
Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
To protect his family from disaster, Steve used his camera phone.
Done.
By taking pictures of his important documents, Steve can always have them stored online. Learn more simple disaster prep tips at ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Remember, if for any reason you must leave your radio, please have the man at the door stamp your ear so you can listen again later.
The Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live, covering the AFC South and NFC South along with the rest of the NFL. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use Omaha! Omaha! Red Polly! Red Polly! Blue Poncho! Blue Poncho! Dilly Dilly! Rambo! Rambo! Give me Kershaw here! Kershaw!
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Stop! Japan! Richmond, New York! Richmond, Florida! Sally, Buffalo! Check! Hey! Short Ox! Ludo Raiders! Red Lion! Omaha! I'm out!
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Dread running to the post office? Stamps.com brings post office and UPS services right to your computer. Send letters, ship packages, and get up to 40% off USPS and up to 62% off UPS rates. Nearly 1 million small businesses use Stamps.com to save time and money. It's a no-brainer. So skip the post office and visit Stamps.com.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Hey Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Armchair Quarterback Radio, the gunslingers of sports talk.
And here's second-year quarterback Brett Favre out of Southern Mississippi by way of the Atlanta Falcons. They are hopeful he can succeed in the NFL. Here, Brett Favre, you want a challenge? Try this one. So with your best receiver out of the game, from the 35, 19 seconds left. Ball punch, throws, touchdown!
Here's Marino, wide open field, throws for a touchdown. It is number 37 on the season, breaks the all-time NFL record. Going deep and open. Touchdown, Mark Duper. Duper has returned, and he is super.
They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer, and Janis does he stop it? Oh, please!
TGIF on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Justin Waller and Mac McGee are back at it 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday evening right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel and your local CBS Sports affiliates. We're talking the NFL, Major League Baseball, and Southern football, so grab you a cold one. It's finally Friday on the Armchair Quarterbacks, 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Waller and McGee getting you ready for your sports weekend.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expect it here. CBS Sports Radio.
Baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights this baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2 with but one inning more to play. And then when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pale-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn proceeded, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more, there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. "That ain't my style," said Casey. "Strike one," the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. "Kill him! Kill the umpire!" shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once the dun sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said strike two. "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Hey Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Baerga is 0 for 3. Left center field. Grissom on the run. The team of the 90s has its world championship.
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
Touch them all, Joe. You'll never hit a bigger home run in your life.
A lot of room in right center. If he hits one there, we can dance in the streets. The 2-1. Swung line drive, left field. One run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win. Braves win.
You're in Braves country.
We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the job, baby. All throughout Braves country, pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all. Woo!
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red there, the bombs bursting
Good afternoon, boys and girls. I'm Mac McGee, ready to bring you Braves baseball. The Atlanta Braves are clashing with the Minnesota Twins today. I'll be bringing you play-by-play, pitch-by-pitch, and here are your starting lineups. For the Atlanta Braves, Rosario is leading off in left. Swanson at short, batting second. Travis d'Arnaud, the catcher, is batting third. Left fielder Marcell Ozuna is batting cleanup. Ozzie Albies playing second and batting fifth. Alex Dickerson will be the DH role today, and he's batting sixth. Orlando Arcia is getting a start today as Matt Olson gets a little rest. He's batting seventh. Heredia is in center, and he is batting eighth. And Gosselin, playing third base, is batting ninth. We'll get into that here in a minute. Minnesota Twins, it looks like this. Correa in center. I'm sorry, Buxton in center and leading off. Correa playing short, batting second. Polanco, second base, batting third. Sanchez hitting cleanup in the DH role. Kepler, fifth. Garlick in left, hitting sixth. Jeffers behind the plate, hitting seventh. Kirilloff, first base, in eighth. And Robertson is playing third base and batting ninth. Max Fried is on the bump for the Atlanta Braves. Apologize for that gaffe a second ago. I just jotted it down wrong. I know darn good and well Correa doesn't play center field. If he does and learns to play center field, he could really up his ante when he opts out of his contract at the end of this year. Happy April Fool's Day. We're getting ready for Braves and Twins baseball, and we'll have first pitch here in just a moment. Hope y'all are doing well here on this beautiful Friday afternoon, wherever you are. Hopefully you're getting good weather as well. It's a little overcast, but you'll be seeing the wind dance in and out today as the Twins are at home here in Fort Myers. Atlanta, the road team, they'll be batting first, so we'll be getting into that here in just a moment. Chris Archer for the Twins is getting the start. Remember that they signed him just a few days ago, and he is making his spring debut for the Minnesota Twins. So there's a lot of excitement in the air in Fort Myers. Of course, Chris Archer, former Pirate, Tampa Bay Ray, was once rumored to be heading to the Atlanta Braves a few years ago. And Chris Archer, not a big guy, right-hander, likes to live off the fastball as most big leaguers do, but will catch you with the changeup pitch. And we are set for Braves baseball as Eddie Rosario, batting just .222 in the spring, trying to get his bat going as we are just 6 days away from opening day. I'll have the call here Monday against the Tampa Bay Rays. Here's the first pitch, and it is swung on and bounced foul, and it's 0-1. Doing the live game Monday against the Tampa Bay Rays at 1:00 Eastern. And then the next broadcast after that will be opening day. First pitch has been moved to 8:08 Eastern time. Here's the first pitch the 0-1 pitch by Archer, and it's low and inside for ball one. Chris Archer rocks and fires the 1-1 pitch, and it swung on and popped up, can of corn into center field, easily played by Buxton, and there's one away in the Atlanta first. Keep you abreast of everything that's going on in the world of Major League Baseball. There's still a lot of things moving and shaking, and looking forward to a great year in Major League Baseball. A lot of new faces and a lot of new spaces. Dansby Swanson steps in, batting second. Here's pitch from Archer swung on and pulled over to the left-hand side. It is fired over to first base, but the throw is in the dirt, and Dansby Swanson will reach on the play. Roberts' errant throw. I would assume this is going to go as an error, but they may give a nod since it's spring training. Kind of a difficult throw, but a big leaguer should make it. Dansby's on, one on, and nobody out. One on and one out, excuse me. Still trying to get my feet underneath me. It's spring training for us here too at Braves Country Baseball. Here's the first pitch to Travis d'Arnaud as he steps in, and it's a fastball on the inside part of the plate, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Braves nothing, Twins nothing. If you're just joining us, Dansby Swanson reached on a, looks like they're going to call that a base hit. Being very kind to the third baseman. Is a bad throw off balance. I think a good throw gets him, but it is spring training, so we'll give him a break. Here's a fastball high and outside the zone. It's 1-1. If you're just joining us, we're just getting going here. Braves nothing, Twins nothing. There's just one away. And fastball inside, swung on and fouled back. Out of play, it's 1-2. Happy April Fool's Day. If you have any great April Fool's stories, we'd love to see you share them in the comment section here on the YouTube telecast. I've got a pretty funny one that I will get into here in a little while. Goes back from when I was a child. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And swung on and hit high and deep into right center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. They were playing very far back. So you're going to get runners on the corners. First and third, one away. It was the ball that if the defense was playing a little more honest, they might have had a chance. A lot of top spin on that ball, and it drops in for a base hit. The right fielder, Kepler, was playing very far back, trying to stay out of the big inning, but you got runners on first and third, one away, and the heavy bat of Marcell Ozuna steps to the plate. Braves are in their dark blue tops with Braves across the chest and the tomahawk. Here's the first pitch. It's a changeup out of the zone. It's 1-0. Gray pants, blue caps, and the Twins are in all white. Chris Archer with the high socks. Here's the delivery, 1-0 pitch, and it looked like a changeup that dropped out of the zone. It's 1-1. Nice pitch by Chris Archer. If you missed this, the Los Angeles Dodgers have just made a trade with the Chicago White Sox. They're sending Craig Kimbrell to Chicago. Here's the 1-1 pitch out of the zone, and it's 2-1. Craig Kimbrell goes to the LA Dodgers, and that's going to be for Andy Pollock. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on and hit high and deep into right field. That's deep enough to score the run. Here comes Dansby across the plate, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Atlanta Braves. Braves are quickly on the board. And so if the Braves fans don't despise the Dodgers enough, here's the kicker. Not only do they have Freddie Freeman, now they have the beloved Craig Kimbrell. It's going to be a very, very awkward situation in the next meeting with Atlanta and the Dodgers. Now it'll be interesting to see if they put him in the closer role. Because remember, they got Blake Treenan. I guess they will compete. We'll get into those numbers here in a second. Here comes Ozzie Albies with runner on first, 2 away. Braves up 1-0. It's a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Called for a strike. It's 0-1. Craig Kimbrell had in the neighborhood of a 0.5 ERA last year before he was traded as a closer for the Cubs. He went over to the north side in the setup role for the White Sox and posted a 5 ERA. Pollock is now heading to Chicago. Here's a fastball at the knees, called for a strike, and it's 0-2. Archer trying to get it out of a first inning jam. Braves played it across a run on a sac fly by Ozuna as Swanson came across to score. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is a changeup just a little high. Archer was skipping off the mound heading towards the dugout, but Blue told him to get back on the bump. It's 1-2. So it doesn't get much bigger than that when you start talking about big time moves this close to opening day. If you're just joining us, Craig Kimbrell to the Dodgers for Andy Pollock, the outfielder, to the White Sox. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Ozzie, swung on, changeup, fouled back against the screen. It's 1-2. White Sox have also announced that they reached a deal with Lucas Giolito to avoid arbitration, 1 year, $7.45 million. Here's the 1-2 pitch, fastball outside the zone. Jeffers jumped up behind the plate as if to chase d'Arnaud back. D'Arnaud's not much of a threat to steal, but he jumped back anyways. Here's the 2-2 pitch, is swung on and roasted back up the middle, just past the ears of the starting pitcher, Chris Archer. He had to duck and get out of the way. There's runners on first and second, 2 away here in the Atlanta first. Braves 1, Twins nothing. Hind catcher Jeffers goes out to the mound to talk to Chris Archer, maybe regain his thoughts a little bit. And you wonder if the moves are yet done. Remember, we're 6 days away from opening day, and you've got 2 pretty good arms in the starting rotation in Oakland still yet to be moved. Here's first pitch to the designated hitter, Alex Dickerson. He fouls it back. It's 0-1. Braves 1, Twins nothing. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fastball low and outside. It's 1-1. Mark Feinstein of the MLB Network was the one that broke the news of the Kimbrell deal. Here's the 1-1 pitch, fastball and a little high. It's 2-1. Runners on first and second, 2 away. So the runners will be going on contact. Good speed with Ozzie Albies on first. Anything in the gap should score him. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is a changeup swung on inside and missed. It's 2-2. Bad pitch. Dickerson just could not stay off of it. 2-2, 2 on, 2 out. Deuces wild. Here's a 2-2 pitch swung on and pulled to the right side, but right into the teeth of the shift. Shortstop playing very deep right field, very shallow right field, deep second base. Will flip it over to first, and that'll end the inning, but not before the Braves get 3 hits, 1 run, no errors. Atlanta 1, Minnesota 0.
Emotional, damn it.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Make 2021 your year. Learn with purpose with the Great Courses Plus. You'll have unlimited access to enlightening, engaging, in-depth video and audio courses on hundreds of topics taught by incredible professors. And you can learn anywhere, anytime with the Great Courses Plus app. What purpose awaits you? Find out today with a free trial. Sign up at thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio. Remember, thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
Mike Kelly was the trickiest player who ever handled a baseball. There was nothing he would not attempt. Baseball rules were never made for Kel.
The most popular and most notorious star of the 19th century was Michael Joseph King Kelly, the sure-handed catcher for the Chicago White Stockings. He was so skilled at stealing bases, he once stole 6 in a single game, that he inspired a popular song, Slide, Kelly, Slide. He sometimes cut across the diamond, skipping second altogether when the umpire was not looking. Kelly drank as hard as he competed. Once, A.G. Spaulding put Pinkerton detectives on his trail and accused him of having been in a saloon at 3 a.m. drinking lemonade. Kelly was indignant. It was straight whiskey, he said. I never drank a lemonade at that hour in my life.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. Byron Buxton leads off the Minnesota first inning. Max Fried fires and delivers the first pitch for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch from Fried, and it is a slider, just drops below the knees. Good take by Buxton. It's 1-1. Braves 1, Twins 0. Atlanta scored 1 in the first. Dansby Swanson coming across to score. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is fouled back out of play. It's 1-2. Dansby Swanson tagged up on the sac fly from Marcell Ozuna. An errant throw that the scorekeeper gave a base hit in the first inning. So Dansby with the run and the hit. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's fouled off. Once again, it's 1-2. Happy Friday. Happy April Fool's Day to you. Here's the 1-2 pitch hit high and deep, going back. That baby's gone. Solo jack by Mr. Byron Buxton, and the Twins have tied the game up at 1 apiece. Buxton just leaned into what looked like bit of a slider that just he absolutely hammered, got too much of the zone, and he timed it perfectly. So that'll bring up Carlos Correa. Our first look at Correa in a Twins uniform. Last time we saw him, he was watching Atlanta celebrate the World Series victory. Carlos Correa batting .250 this spring, 1 home run and an RBI. Braves played Minnesota last week and we had the call, but he was not in uniform yet. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and hit high and deep into left center field, and it's off the wall. It'll be corralled back into the infield, hitting the cutoff man, Dansby Swanson, and Correa's got himself a double. Max Fried in big trouble early on. Carlos Correa getting into that, and that's the second right-handed batter who really tattooed that lower pitch by Max Fried. So here we go. First pitch to Polanco, and it's inside for a ball. It's 1-0. One is your score. Minnesota tying it up. The solo jack by Buxton, followed by a double by Correa. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's inside, just missing Polanco, and it's now 2-0. On deck is the heavy right-handed hitter, Gary Sanchez, coming over in the trade from the New York Yankees. So you want to get this guy out. You don't want to have this unravel. We know it's spring training, but you got to start playing well as we're just days away. Here's the 2-0 pitch, swung on and grounded over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. Arcia with the grab, and there's one away. Correa stays put at second base. If you're just waking up and joining us and getting your day going in Major League Baseball, Kimbrel, that's right, Craig Kimbrel is heading to the LA Dodgers for AJ Pollock in a trade made this morning. Gary Sanchez comes to the plate, hitting 158 with 2 RBIs this spring. We all know he's got a heavy bat, and when he gets a hold of one, it can fly. The wind is blowing out fiercely over the left center field wall today. Buxton's already taken advantage of that. Here's the first pitch to Sanchez, and it's a fastball, fires it down the middle, and it's 0-1. You'd like to see Fried get about 75, 80 pitches plus today, maybe get into the 4th, even 5th inning. As he gets ready, he has been announced as the opening day starter for the Atlanta Braves Thursday against the Cincinnati Reds. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fastball, and went around for a strike. It's 0-2. They had to check down to first base umpire for the call. He said he went. So 0-2 count. 1 on, 1 out. Correa in scoring position, leading off second base. Albies dances behind him. Here's the 0-2 pitch, fastball on the outside part of the plate, fouled back up against the screen, and it's 0-2. You knew the White Sox were trying to move Kimbrel. The simple fact of the matter is Kimbrel just isn't Kimbrel when he's not closing. And the belief is that he's being brought in to LA to be the closer. So we'll see how that works out. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is swung on and hit high into right field. Plenty of room to make a play. And underneath it, and caught for the second out of the inning. Good play by Rosario. He's playing right field today. Typically was a left fielder with Atlanta. He will be getting a lot of right field duty until Ronald Acuna Jr. is ready to come back. The best guess of that so far right now is probably around May 1st. Here's the first pitch by Max Fried. It's a fastball on the outside part of the plate. It's 0-1. Max Kepler, the right fielder, standing in for the Minnesota Twins. We'll get you caught up on the scoreboard here in a second. From Major League Baseball, here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is a fastball below the knees. Called for a ball. It's 1-1. In action early this afternoon, you got the Rays and Red Sox tied at 0 apiece. In the bottom of the second, Blue Jays and Pirates 0-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it swung on. Kepler's going to hit it through the wicket of the left side of the infield. They were playing Kepler for a massive shift, and he made him pay for it. Shoots it through the gap. Around to scores Correa, and it's 2-1 Minnesota. Braves like to do that heavy shift, and he just put it where they ain't. And Atlanta trailing 2-1 here in the bottom of the first. Nice piece of hitting by Kepler. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Fried. Called inside for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kyle Garlick, the left fielder, is 0 for 14 this spring. He's looking for his first base hit, trying to make the club. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and hit into left field. That's an easy out. That'll end the inning. Ozuna corrals it. The Braves trail 2-1. They grab the bats. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm your biological dad.
Hi.
My name's Rob.
Well, that's ironic.
Why is that?
Because it's kind of like what you did in my childhood. Armchair.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey Antone's Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
You'll do anything to stay healthy. So isn't it time to think about your water? Aquasana water filters remove contaminants other filters don't, like lead, bacteria, viruses, and pesticides. Up to 99% of 88 contaminants, while leaving vital minerals you need like potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Visit waterfilter.com now for pure, delicious water and the ultimate peace of mind. Aquasana, better water, better you.
Kelly and other carousing Chicago players were widely blamed for losing the championship to St. Louis in 1886. That winter, an exasperated Spaulding sold Kelly to Boston for the unheard of sum of $10,000. Chicago fans were devastated, but Boston fans were so delighted they presented their new star with a house and a carriage drawn by 2 white horses in which to ride to the ballpark.
Welcome back here to Atlanta Braves baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail Minnesota 2-1 after 1. Braves scored 1 in the top of the first. Minnesota came back hacking. Got a home run by Buxton, a double by Correa, and he was knocked in by Kepler. And here's first pitch to Orlando Arcia, taken for a strike on the outside part of the plate. It's 0-1. Orlando Arcia just hitting .227 on the spring. Change up on the outside part of the plate, taken for a ball this time. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and weakly grounded to short. Fired over to first base, and Arcia is out by a mile. There's one away. Arcia just has not played well this spring. hasn't really played well since he came over to Atlanta and came up to the majors. Sitting very well in the minors last year. We talked about this last telecast, and well, you wonder if he's going to make the squad. If it's got to do with performance, he's definitely not going to make the squad. Here's the first pitch from Archer, and it's a fastball on the outside part of the plate, just off the edge, called for a ball. It's 1-0. Chris Archer, the veteran trying to make the team in Minnesota. Here's the 1-0 pitch swung on, and Heredia fouls it back up against the screen. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Archer, and it's called outside for a ball. It's 2-1. You got to figure Heredia is going to make the team. That's kind of a no-brainer considering how valuable he was to the team last year. Here's the 2-1 pitch outside, and it's now 3-1. But Arcia, Gosselin, if you missed the news yesterday, Brock Holt was released. There's really more of a deal where the Braves were giving him a chance to go try to find somewhere that he had a better chance of making the club. Here's the 3-1 pitch swung on and missed over the top. It's 3-2. Three-two pitch from Archer swung on and fouled back behind the plate. It's 3-2 once again. Boston nothing, Tampa nothing. That game's in the top of the third. Jacob deGrom underwent an MRI today. Here's the 3-2 pitch swung on and popped up high. That's a skyscraper around first base. Coming in down with it for the out is Kirilloff, and there's two away in the Atlanta second. We expect to get some kind of an announcement about deGrom in the very near future today. So he underwent MRI on his right shoulder. More bad news for Mets fans, as it seems like every year deGrom cannot go a full season, and he's in danger of missing opening day. Here's the first pitch. The outside part of the plate called for a strike against Phil Gosselin, and it's 0-1. Gosselin, one of the reasons why Brock Holt was sent packing, appears he's going to be the guy. Here's the 0-1 pitch called for a strike, and it's now 0-2. Kind of a surprise, but it looks like Sticker's going to go with Gosselin to spell depth on the bench to start the season. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is swung on and missed wildly for a strike. It's strikeout. That'll end the inning. Minnesota comes to bat up 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. You can even take a course on the U.S. government or dealing with stress and anxiety. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
I love King Kelly. I just love King Kelly. It's one of the great stories, my favorite. There's a day when he was sitting on the bench, and the rule at that time was that if you wanted to substitute for a player, all you had to do was announce yourself. So a foul ball comes in the direction of the bench. Kelly stands up, yells out, "Kelly now catching for Boston," catches the ball, and it's recorded as an out. This is the trickster. This is the villain. This is the fool. He is also a great player. He is all the wonderful archetypes of baseball wrapped into one. And he also managed to drink himself to death before he hit the age of 40. So that's also an archetype, alas, in baseball.
You're listening to Braves Country Baseball. Max Fried back out on the bump. Braves trail it 2-1. Here's the delivery, and it's a fastball called for a strike. Inner part of the plate. It's 0-1. Ryan Jeffers batting 133 at the plate. Behind catcher for the Minnesota Twins takes second pitch for a strike at the knees. Fastball, and it's 0-2 quickly. Fried working at a pretty good rate. Here's the delivery, swung on and fouled off to the no, it's going to stay fair. Jumping on it quickly is Travis d'Arnaud. He'll fire it down to first base, and there's one away in the Minnesota second. Great job by d'Arnaud to jump up. The ball looked like it was going to trickle foul, but it just stopped in the dirt. d'Arnaud pounced on it, fired it down to first, and great play here in the early part of the spring for the Braves catcher. That'll bring Alex Kirilloff up. He's batting 278 this spring. No home runs, 2 RBI. Batting lefty versus lefty here. He swings at the first pitch, swung on, and it is grounded over to second. Ozzy's on it, flips it over to first, and there's quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the second. Fried could use a quick inning here, as he had to labor quite a bit in the first inning. He's at 23 pitches now, but only 3 in this inning. Here's the first pitch, and it is a curveball, low. It's 1-0. Robertson, the number 9 hitter, is at the plate. 1-0 pitch, and it is a fastball called for a strike. Robertson did not like it. It was on the outer part of the plate. He thought a little high. It's 1-1. Daniel Robertson's batting 083. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is a slider right there on the knees for a strike. It's 1-2. Robertson continues to chirp at the ump. Ump is looking at him and saying, "You're batting 083. Hitter, get out of the way." Here's the 0-2 pitch, 1-2 pitch, and it swung on and grounded down the third base line. We'll do it again at 1-2. If Fried can make it a 1-2-3 inning here, he will not have to face the bat of Buxton this inning. Buxton, if you're just joining us, led off with a monster home run over the left center field wall. 1-2 pitches, a curveball in the dirt. Good eye by Robertson. It's 2-2. Boston leads Tampa 1-0, top of the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch by Max Fried. He rocks and fires. It's a curveball outside the zone. It's 3-2. Max Fried set to be the opening day starter. Charlie Morton day 2 and Mr. Ian Anderson day 3. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it's a fastball. Went around, strike him out, set him down. We'll head to the top of the third inning. Braves grab the bats, trailing 2-1.
Here's my problem with cats. Best case scenario, you get the smartest cat in the world, he still craps in your house. I'll tell you what, kitty, instead of getting a cat, why don't we all just stop flushing?
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
I was a natural-born kicker, bent upon making trouble for others. I had an instinctive dislike both to study and work, and I shirked them whenever the opportunity offered. Cap Anson.
His real name was Adrian Constantine Anson, but those who cheered him for 27 years knew him first as Baby, then as Cap, and finally as Pop. He was the greatest player of his century. Anson played every position but pitcher for the Philadelphia Athletics, then joined Spalding's Chicago White Stockings and became first baseman and captain. He batted over 300 for 20 consecutive seasons, drove in 1,700 runs, and was the first man ever to accumulate 3,000 hits. Chicago fans loved Anson, but his players did not. He was too stern a taskmaster for that, imposing bed checks, levying $100 fines for beer drinking, insisting they report for a new early season workout he called spring training. Cap Anson was the symbol, one writer said, of all that was strong and good in baseball.
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball. You're listening to Braves Country Baseball here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel, and Atlanta trails 2-1. We'll be here all season, Tuesday and Friday nights with Braves Country Baseball. We'll also be doing a MLB Game of the Week on Thursday evenings. Here's the first pitch to the leadoff hitter, Rosario. He swings and misses in the dirt. It's 0-1. Eddie Rosario trying to get something going here. I think in theory, he would be looked upon as the leadoff hitter on opening day. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's outside the zone. It's 1-1. But you know, Snicker will play around with the lineup, and whoever's hitting well will get the nod. They should be facing a righty on opening day against the Cincinnati Reds Thursday. Here's the 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up. High can of corn, caught in the infield by the third baseman Robertson, and there's quickly one away in the Atlanta third, excuse me. Chris Archer still on the mound for Minnesota. He's now at 39 pitches. See how long of a leash he has. Dansby Swanson comes to the plate. He was credited with a single, top of the first, came around to score. Great base running by Swanson led to a easy sac fly from Marcell Ozuna. Here's the first pitch to Swanson. It's low and inside for one. It's 1-0. Pitch outside the zone. Good eye by Swanson, and it's 2-0. What we've seen quite a bit already this spring is 2-0 pitch to Dansby Swanson, and it is a fastball fouled back out of play, and it's 2-1. There's been a few different looks at the lineup. One in particular has had Dansby Swanson hitting leadoff, Rosario hitting leadoff, Ozzie Albies has hit leadoff. So it'll be interesting to see how Sticker fills out that lineup card. We will have the call. I know normally we're only doing Tuesdays and Fridays for the Braves, but Thursday night is opening day. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's swung on, and that ball is scalded into left field. A worm burner in between the 5 and 6 hole. 1 out single once again for Dansby Swanson. Dansby's really staying back on his swing. It's a good sign. He could start off on a good clip to start the season. That'll bring up the bat of Travis d'Arnaud. He hit a single into right center as they played him very deep first time up. We'll see if they adjust. But we will have opening day. We'll have a full booth that night as they'll take on the Reds. It's an 8:08 first pitch. Here's the first delivery to d'Arnaud. Swung on and fouled down the third base line. It's 0-1. We'll come on 7 o'clock Eastern for the pregame, and then the lights come on 8:08 Eastern, Braves Reds. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's inside for a ball. It's 1-1. One pitch to d'Arnaud. Here's the deliveries and taken for a ball high. It's now 2-1. Minnesota 2, Atlanta 1. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and it's swung on. It's driven high. It's driven deep. It's going back. Jackpot, baby. See ya. 2-run jackpot. Mr. Travis d'Arnaud makes it a 3-2 lead for your Atlanta Braves. That was a change up that didn't change quickly. Travis d'Arnaud absolutely blistered that over the left field wall. Very reminiscent of one of the ones he hit in October. Very smooth swing, and he put that in a normal stadium. We'll say it would have been about 7-8 rows back over the wall. So Atlanta leads at 3-2. And try to get a read for you on what opening day is going to look like for the Atlanta Braves. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Marcell Ozuna. He takes it for a strike on the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1. On Thursday, here's the 1-1 pitch swung on, and it is fisted into center field just over second base, but playing into the shift. Polanco's got it. Nice stab with the glove. He'll flip it over to first and get Marcell Ozuna out. There's 2 away in the third. Looking at Thursday evening for opening day, it looks like it's going to be 25% chance of rain, so not much of a threat. They are going to go to Archer, going on to the – he's going to sit down. Now, whether or not he comes back up, we'll explain that in a minute. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash with the pitching change.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. In 1978, the Yankees handed out candy bars with Reggie Jackson on the wrapper called Reggie Bars. When Jackson was playing for the Baltimore Orioles, he said, if I played in New York, they'd name a candy bar after me. In a 1947 college baseball game between Yale and Fordham, each team had a very notable player. The first baseman for Yale was future President George H.W. Bush, and the Fordham center fielder was legendary Dodgers announcer Vin Scully. H.W. Bush and Yale would go on to win the game 3-1.
Enjoy sun-drenched days epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
You see a guy hit the ball out the ballpark, grand slam home run to win a baseball game. And that same guy can come up tomorrow in that situation and miss the ball and lose the ball game. It can bring you up here, and don't get too damn cocky, because tomorrow it can bring you down there. See, but one thing about it though, you know it always will be a tomorrow. You got me today, but I'm coming back.
Welcome back here to Atlanta Braves baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 3-2. There's a pitching change. Ozzie Albies comes to the plate, and it's a changeup on the outside part of the zone. It's 1-0. Stephen Klemek comes to the bump for Minnesota. Here's the 1-0 pitch, fastball right down the seams, and it's 1-1. Back to the weather on here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's in the dirt, swung on and missed. Ozzie went fishing. It's 1-2. Opening day in Atlanta, you're looking at 69 degrees for the high, 46 for the low. So kind of a cool night in Georgia, but only a 25% chance of rain. So you like that. There's a lot of rain scheduled for Wednesday. So let's hope that gets in and out of the area. Here's the 1-2 pitch, just a bit outside, as Euchre would say. That was basically a wild pitch thrown way. I would say he missed the strike zone by about 17 feet, and it's 2-2. Ball had to have slipped. Looked like he was trying to throw a curve or maybe a boomerang. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is a changeup inside, almost nicks Ozzie, but he dances off the plate. It's 3-2. If you're just joining us, 3-2 pitch to Ozzie, fouled back up against off the plate and out into the field, but it is a dead ball. It's 3-2. Braves 3, Minnesota 2. Ozzie Albies digging in. Braves just went ahead after a 2-run home run by Darno. Here's the 3-2 pitch, swung on, grounded over to the right side, scooped up by second, flipped over to first. Ozzie was busting it down the line. Just get him. He's out by a half step. The Braves lead it 3-2. We head to the bottom of the third.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. At Fenway Park, which is the home of the Boston Red Sox, there is a lone red seat in the right field bleachers. The seat signifies the longest home run ever hit in the ballpark. The home run was hit by Ted Williams in 1946 and was officially measured at 502 feet. In 1985, third baseman Mike Schmidt criticized his own Philly fans for booing him by calling them uncontrollable and beyond help. Once he got back to Philadelphia, he was scared the fans would throw stuff at him on the field, so he decided to wear an outfit of a wig and sunglasses. If you ever want to break into Randy Johnson's house, you might want to think again. When being interviewed about gun violence in 1995, Johnson was quoted as saying, "I don't own a gun, but I keep a bag of baseballs near our bed. If someone breaks in, they better be wearing a batting helmet because I'm going to throw at their head."
Baseball is good, an honorable profession, a great challenge. It has blessed me, I blessed it, and it has blessed our country. Branch Rickey.
He was born on an Ohio farm in 1881 and named Wesley Branch Rickey for John Wesley, the founder of his family's Methodist faith. He was a pious, hardworking boy who memorized scripture, taught himself Greek, Latin, and algebra, and promised his mother never to drink or swear or violate the Sabbath. But he was mad about baseball, learned to play in the backyard with a ball stitched by his mother, followed every move of the Cincinnati Reds, and became a good enough catcher with the Duck Run, Ohio team to consider a professional career. Still, the game was not a proper livelihood for a God-fearing young man. And so he abandoned baseball to teach school in Turkey Creek, Ohio. But Branch Rickey would one day become what one sports writer called the most original mind and the best organizer the game has ever produced. And in 1947, he would help make baseball, in truth, what it had always claimed to be, the national pastime.
Welcome back here to Atlanta Braves baseball. You're listening to Braves Country, and here's the first pitch from Max Fried. It's a fastball up the knees. It's 0-1. Back to the plate is Byron Buxton. He hit a solo blast to lead off the Minnesota first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is swung on and fouled into Buxton's leg. He writhes in pain, but he is back up. It's 0-2. That is the last thing a Minnesota fan wants to see. Here comes the training staff. Buxton has been often injured his entire career. During the offseason, signed a 7-year, $100 million deal. Oh, he fouled it right off the outside of his right ankle, his plant foot. He's walking around trying to walk it off. I can't imagine they're going to let him continue to play, but maybe he really wants the at bats. We'll see what happens here. He wears a shin guard on his left foot, but it went off the ankle of his right foot. He's going to stay in, so he's going to try to tough it out. I think they'll probably give him tomorrow off then. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Buxton, swung on and fouled back, and it's 0-2. St. Louis leads the Mets 3-0. Tampa 3-1 over Boston. That game's in the third. Going to get into an article written by Passon of ESPN. He's making some predictions, so we'll see where his head's at with that. He tried to make some fantasy predictions, but I don't trust him with fantasy. He knows about as much of fantasy as I do figure skating. So we'll do some of the other things, the other predictions that he's got. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Max Fried, and it swung on, fouled back up against the screen. We'll do it again at 0-2. Oakland A's over under Wintle. I haven't seen it this low. He's got it at 70.5. I would definitely take the over just knowing the Oakland. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on, and that ball is lined into left field, just going foul. Buxton was ready to make the turn at first. We'll do it again at 0-2. Almost looked like it went fair there for a second, but Oakland has had a huge sell-off, and I understand the reasoning behind it. But here's the 0-2 pitch from Fried, fastball outside, and it's 1-2. But you're expecting Oakland to lose 22 more games than they win. That's usually a pretty good franchise, even with the young players. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on, and Buxton fires it back into center field, came shot out like a cannon. Max Fried could not react fast enough with his glove, and that is a single for Buxton. Nice piece of hitting right over the head of Max Fried and through the teeth of the shift that the Braves had on. And this brings up Carlos Correa. 1 on, nobody out, fastball right across the chest, and it's 0-1. Buxton, of course, is the threat to steal. Now, after fouling off that ball, we'll see how much he would be willing to take off in a preseason game. But here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is a fastball at the knees. It's now 0-2. Spring training, not normally where you're going to want to send Buxton. He's had so many injuries over the years, most of them leg injuries. Phenomenal athlete if he can stay healthy. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it swung on. Correa shoots it down the right field line, but it's foul, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Showing here Rafael Devers and Luis Robert, or Luis Robert, excuse me. 25-1 odds for AL MVP. I don't know if I would take that one, just considering the fact that they normally give it to the bigger household names. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball out of the zone, and it's 1-2. If they gave it to the most deserving player in baseball every year, Austin Riley would have gotten the MVP last year. His numbers were very similar to Bryce Harper, and he did not choke against the Phillies the way Harper did against the Braves. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's a ground ball down the left field line. Plenty foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. Here's a good one. Dylan Cease, 20-1 odds to win the American League, to lead the American League in strikeouts. That could happen. I don't like the voting for a Cy Young. He's 30-1 odds there. Once again, they always go with the household names. 1-2 pitch to Correa, and it is a fastball popped right by him, swung on and missed. Sit down, Correa. First out of the inning. Max Fried's got another strikeout. Another interesting one, Tommy Edman, 30-1 odds to lead the major leagues in the most hits. That could be an interesting one as long as he gets the at-bats in that lineup. He's going to platoon quite a bit, or at least he has in the past years. Here's the first pitch to Fried, and it's a curveball taken for a strike. It's 0-1. Polanco at bat, grounded out, first time up, 0-1. Buxton leading off first. He's creeping towards second base. Here's a fastball on the outside part of the plate, called for a strike right at the knees, and it's 0-2. Ketel Marte 100-1 to win the NL MVP. I mean, come on, get out of here. Ketel Marte's not winning the MVP. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Fried, and it's a slider way off the plate and out of the zone. It's 1-2. Now, Yordan Alvarez, we saw him in the World Series last year, 25-1 odds to lead the Major League Baseball in home runs. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it swung on, grounded over to third, flipped over to second. Did they get him in time? They did get Buxton in time. It's a late call by Blue. There's 2 away, not able to get the ground ball double play. Gosselin had a little bit of an issue getting the ball out of his glove. By the time Ozzie corralled the ball, Polanco was flying down the first base line. So they get their lead runner. Man, that is close. I don't know if they got him or not. They might take a look at this. Of course, then again, it's a spring training game, so they probably won't. But that was a close play. If that was regular season, I think they're challenging it. So 1 on, 2 away, runner on first. Gary Sanchez digs in. Here's the pitch by Max Fried, swung on, grounded over to the left-hand side. Dansby is going to fire it over to first, and he just does get Gary Sanchez for the force. We'll be back in a flash. The Atlanta Braves lead it 3-2, and they're coming to the plate. Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Here are some baseball facts you might not have known. The legendary Derek Jeter holds a pretty impressive record. He's played the most games at one defensive position without ever playing another, with 2,674 games at shortstop. Hall of Famer Jim Palmer is arguably the best Orioles pitcher ever. He had the most wins in the 70s and was remarkably good at limiting homers. Over his 19-year career in the league, Palmer never gave up a grand slam or allowed back-to-back home runs. Herman Long was a shortstop who played at the turn of the 20th century who set a record in 1889. The record he set was the most errors in a single season with 122, which he accomplished in just 136 games. For reference, the most errors by a player in 2021 was only 24.
Armchair.
1889. If I cannot get my release, I must protect myself in another way. I'm over 40 and my fielding ain't so good, though I can still hit some. But I will say this, no man is going to sell my carcass unless I get half. Deacon White, Pittsburgh Alleghenies.
There was a time when the National League stood for integrity and fair dealing. Today, it stands for dollars and cents. Once it looked to the elevation of the game and an honest exhibition of the sport. Today, its eyes are on the turnstile. Players have been bought, sold, and exchanged as though they were sheep instead of American citizens. John Montgomery Ward.
We are back, and Joe Smith's coming in for relief. Joe Smith last year, 4.99 ERA, 39 innings. Veteran right-hander. He's going to come in, and Klimek is done. Also means Archer's not coming back out either. So his day is finished. 2 2/3 innings, 3 earned runs, 3 runs, a strikeout and a home run given up, 5 hits allowed. If you're just joining us, Max Fried has gone 3 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He has given up a home run as well. So here we go. Leading off is Alex Dickerson. Here's the first pitch by Smith, and it's piped across the plate for a strike. It's 0-1. His fastball is around 85 miles an hour. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's by Dickerson once again. It's 0-2. So not a fast pitch, but he does have kind of a quirky motion. So it's kind of, I guess the best way to put it is it's a deceiving pitch. It's not quite submarine delivery, but it's almost like a 3/4 delivery. And here's the 1-2 pitch. It's outside once again. It's 2-2. All 4 of the pitches have been about 40. All 4 pitches have been about 85 miles an hour. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it's inside for a ball. And Dickerson's worked the count full. It's 3-2. Braves 3, Minnesota 2, top of the fourth inning. Here's the full count. It's swung on and fouled down the line. We'll do it again at 3-2. Alex Dickerson's expected to get quite a bit of work. The early part of the season, expecting him to fill the DH role, maybe even play some field. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and it's outside, called for a ball. That's a free pass to lead off the Braves. Fourth inning, Dickerson jogs down to first. When Acuna comes back, hopefully in May, they expect it to look like this. You'll have most days Acuna in right, Duvall in center, and left field would be Rosario, putting the designated hitter role with Ozuna. But until Acuna gets back, here's the first pitch to Arcia, takes it for a ball. It's 1-0. Arcia's been not impressive at the plate so far this spring. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on. He grounds out. He rolls it over to short. They fire it over to first. An easy out, but the runner does advance. Slow moving ground ball. The runner was able to advance from first to second. So you've got a runner on second. One away. That'll bring Guillermo Heredia to the plate. Heredia will also get quite a bit of action. And you have to figure they'll do a lot like they did last year. When you get in the late innings, Heredia will be coming in for defense if they have the lead. That was the recipe that worked for the World Series championship run. Heredia would often come in for center field in the late innings, moving Duvall either to left or sit him down. But Duvall's played really, really good center field, excuse me. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Heredia, swung on and fouled off his foot, and we'll do it again at 0-2. Duvall's played very good defense, and of course, 38 home runs on the year last year. You don't want to take his bat out of the lineup most days. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Heredia, and it is a fastball inside. It's 1-2. The fastball and the sinker are about the same speed, right around 84, 85 miles an hour. The difference is his sinker goes into right-handers just a little bit more. Smith's delivery, and it is a sinker inside below the knees once again, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is swung on and popped up high into right field, easily playable. Buxton's going to move over to right to make the catch from center, makes the catch, fires it back into the infield to Correa, and there's two away in the Atlanta fourth. Should bring Phil Gosselin to the plate. Gosselin struck out his first time up. I think a lot of people were surprised that they're picking Phil Gosselin over Brock Holt. Brock Holt looked pretty good in the spring. Here's the pitch to Gosselin, and it is a changeup inside, sinker, excuse me, and it's 1-0. His sinker has changeup movement. It's not a traditional sinker, but it is how he grips it. Runner on second. Dickerson leads off. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is taken for a strike right down Main Street. It's 1-1. Braves 3, Minnesota 2. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is inside, swung on and missed. Sinker right around the knees, and it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on, and Gosselin dribbles it down the third base line, and it is going to stay fair. And third baseman Robertson was able to get the ball, but not be able to get Gosselin, who was hustling out of the box. And you're going to have runners on first and third, 2 away. You couldn't have rolled that ball down the third base line better than that. That's going to bring off the leadoff hitter, Eddie Rosario. Eddie Rosario trying to get going this spring, hitting just 200. That's Gosselin's first base hit of the spring, by the way. A seeing ire. Here's the first pitch to Rosario. It's a high strike called. It's 1-0. 0-1. Rosario, NLCS MVP, signed a 3-year deal with the Atlanta Braves in the offseason. He'll be hitting into a severe shift. Here's a changeup, pulled the string on that, took a little something off, swung over the top, and it's 0-2. It's a nasty, nasty pitch. Almost a Frisbee type slider. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and popped up high, foul, but playable. First baseman will give chase, and he makes the catch easily. And the Braves are done in the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Atlanta 3, Minnesota 2.
Cool. Wizard versus nerd. Strike you down with my spell. No, science is the answer.
Northern Tool and Equipment.
My girlfriend has given me a pet name,
I'm afraid to ask.
Snuggle Muffin,
No, it isn't.
and she uses it in public.
Okay, so give your girlfriend a pet name she'll hate, like Thunder Chunky.
I couldn't do that.
I see. Too harsh for Snuggle Muffin. Okay. Drown her out with a 200-mile-per-hour cordless leaf blower.
Got it. Here she comes.
Hey, Snuggle Muffin. What are you doing? Snuggle. I am so out of here.
Wait, come back, Thunder Chunky.
There's no problem a little horsepower can't solve.
Armchair.
Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
In 1866, at Vassar College, a group of freshmen, with the support of a female physician who thought exercise for women essential to good health, formed the Laurel and Abenakis Baseball Club. Other colleges soon followed suit. They did not play for long.
One day, a student, while running between bases, fell with an injured leg. We attended her to the infirmary with the foreboding that this accident would end our play of baseball.
The teams were soon forced to disband. The game was considered far too violent for young ladies to play.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves lead it 3-2. First pitch to Max Kepler, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1. Max Fried back out for the 4th inning. This will be his 50th pitch of the afternoon, and it is swung on and roasted foul. Looked like the curveball, and it's 0-2. Max Fried, after a shaky first inning, has pitched really well the last few frames. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Max Kepler, and it is a slider swung on and hit to the left side, easily played by Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first, gets Kepler by about a half step, routine grounder, and it's one away in the Minnesota fourth. Tampa Bay leads Boston 6-1. They're in the fourth. St. Louis 3-0 lead over Minnesota. DeGrom did not pitch today, going for an MRI. Toronto leads Pittsburgh 2-1. Baltimore 3-2 lead over Philadelphia. Here's the first pitch to Garlick, and it is swung on and fouled back. It's 0-1. Houston 1-0 lead over Miami in the fourth. Detroit 1-0 over New York in the fourth. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball at the knees, called for a strike inside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. Later on this afternoon, you got Texas and San Francisco, 3:05 Eastern. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back. And it's 0-2. Justin Waller will join me today at 6 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, the Armchair Quarterbacks TGI Friday show. And we're going to be making our Major League Baseball season-long predictions today. Something we do every year at this time. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is in the dirt. Slider taken for a ball. Nice eye by Garlick. It's 1-2. Bunch of stuff we have on the docket today that we'll talk about, including some odd things that are going on minor league baseball. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Fried, and it's a fastball outside the zone, taken for a high for a ball. It's 2-2. See, the Savannah Bananas are going to record it is an out. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on and pulled over to the third base side. Gosselin has it, fires it over to third. He throws it in the dirt, gets away from Arcia. He tried to scoop it underhanded, did not get in front of the ball, but Garlick will stay put at first. Runner on first. That's got to be considered an error. They will charge Gosselin with an error. Bad throw, but just as bad was the attempt to catch the ball. Tell Arcia that is not his it's not his preferred position. So 1 on, 1 out after the error, and fastball outside the zone taken for a ball by Ryan Jeffers, the catcher. And it's 1-0. Jeffers grounded out his first time up. He's batting 125 on the year, on the spring, excuse me. 1 home run. Here's a 1-0 pitch, swung on and popped up high and deep into center field, going back. That ball is gone. Didn't look like he got all of it, but it got all of the wind, and that's a 2-run shot for Ryan Jeffers, and it'll make the score 4-3 Minnesota in the bottom of the fourth. That ball was left up high in the zone, and Jeffers did not miss it. Didn't quite look like he got extended, but man, he's got some power. Heredia gave chase. Thought about trying to be able to steal it over the wall, but it was just hit too far. Minnesota 4, Atlanta 3. The wind is just an absolutely blistering in Fort Myers these last few days. Remember, they played Boston in Fort Myers, and the ball was flying out of there as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Kirilloff. Kirilloff swings over the top for a strike. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch by Max Fried, and it is a slider fouled off the plate and off his foot. Seems to be okay, and it's 1-2. Kirilloff's fouled that off his foot, but didn't seem to flinch at all, so I don't even know if he knows it hit his foot. Might have just hit it in the right part of the sole. Bobby Witt Jr. of the Kansas City Royals is expected to possibly be on the opening day roster for the Kansas City Royals. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back out of play. We'll do it again at 1-2. Witt came up as a shortstop, but he might be playing third base regardless. Phenomenal power. And the Royals fans have been clamoring to see him play on the big league level, and I don't think they can hold him back much longer. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is a slider down and away. Taken for a ball. It's 2-2. Two pitch from Fried, and it is a fastball swung on and hit to the left side of the infield. Braves are playing a severe shift. That's going to be an easy single. And there's one on, one away. Braves trail 4-3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Travis d'Arnaud's coming out to the mound to talk to Fried, try to regroup a little bit. d'Arnaud and Swanson went out there to talk to Max. They're heading back to the dugout. Looks like getting a fresh glove. He's back behind the plate again. And here we go. It's first pitch swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 0-1. Lando Arcia playing first base today. Matt Olson getting the day off. Possibly already cost Atlanta a run. Remember, not only does Olson have a heck of a power bat, here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's taken for a strike. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. It's 0-2. Matt Olson is also known for his glove, not just a gold glove. He's a platinum glove winner 2 times. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is a fastball left out over the plate, and it is slapped into right field. It's down for a hit. The Twins have something going here. 2 on, 1 out. See if they leave him in. d'Arnaud's going back out to the mound again, as is Swanson. I think they're trying to buy time to get some folks in the pen warmed up. They'll jog back to their respective positions. Byron Buxton's coming to the plate. He's 2 for 2 with a solo shot, a single. Great signing by Minnesota if they can keep him healthy. They've locked him up long term. It looks like Snicker's going to come out. He's getting the ball from Freed. Freed will hit the showers. We'll be back in a flash. Braves trail it 4-3. Armchair Quarterbacks Radio covers the whole SEC the whole season long.
Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
Just the start of things. First quarter at the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville as Walker digs to the right. Gets outside. The 35. Look out. He's past midfield and he's got a blocker. Cuts to the inside. Herschel Walker. There he goes again.
Straight up the middle. Touchdown. Delayed reaction, but Tebow got in. Oh, jump pass. How about that? Oh, my! That looks like 1955. Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
Armchair.
Christian Yelich, 1 for 4, a single and a run. Very dangerous hitter. The crowd is on their feet. We're down to 1 strike, Braves country. Cross everything. So many heroes here. Wow! Ball third strike. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that's it. The Atlanta Braves will head to the National League Championship Series. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers, a team that everyone had forgotten about. Everyone had left for dead. All we heard back in June and July was the Phillies, the Mets. Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail 4-3. Dylan Spain's coming in for Atlanta. Lefty versus righty. I'm sorry, righty versus righty matchup here. Byron Buxton will stay in. Most of these veterans, they get about 3 at bats. So this might be his last at bat today. Some of them want a few more if they feel like they have to work on things, but Buxton's look good so far. Here's the first pitch called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Been a back and forth game so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and hit high and deep, going back. That thing is in orbit. A 3-run jack. Byron Buxton, have yourself a day. 2 home runs on the day now. 4 RBIs, and the Twins lead it 7-3. Spain just kind of laid it in there. And it was a get me over pitch, and Buxton got it over the left field wall by a mile. Unbelievable. So Spain, third pitch of the inning now to Carlos Correa, and here's the 0-1 pitch to Correa, swung on and hit high and deep. This will bring rain. It's well over the left field wall, and Carlos Correa has a home run. It's 8-3 Minnesota. My word. Sometimes you got to take one for the team, but he is getting absolutely crushed. I don't think there's much of a threat of this man making the bullpen coming out of the spring. My word. He's thrown 4 pitches. 2 of them have been balloon-sized home runs. And so stepping into the box now, it's Polanco's turn with the hit parade. Here's the 1-0 pit, the first pitch, and it's in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. Spain, 2-0 pitch, and it's swung on, and it's pulled over the right-hand side. He flips it over to first, and that's the second out of the inning. Byron Buxton, 2 home runs today, 4 home runs on the spring. Starting off hot. Sure, opening day can't get here fast enough for Byron. That's going to bring up Gary Sanchez to the plate. Spain versus Sanchez. Spain throws the first pitch and looked inside, but they'll call it a strike. It's 0-1. I think that was a good framing job by Darnode. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it swung on. Looked like the changeup took something off of that, and it's 0-2. O2 pitch from Spain to Sanchez, and swung on and fouled back out of play. It's going to drift back in play. The wind gets it, it pushes it back over to the left field foul area, and Gosselin makes a circus catch, and that'll end the inning. So mercifully, the bottom of the 4th ends. Braves trail 8-3. We head to the top of the 5th. Atlanta going to get back in this.
That's the beauty of baseball. There's no time limit. You have to let the other guy have an opportunity. It's not basketball. We can run the clock out and pass it around, foul each other for the last 3 minutes of the game. We're not running the ball up the middle or taking a knee like it is in football. You have to face your opponent. Your opponent has every opportunity down to the very last pitch of the game to win a game. That's the beauty of baseball. That's why I love baseball the way I do. The DH, I'm an American League guy. You know that. I love the DH. I understand league people wouldn't want it, and I don't think they should do it in both leagues. Keep it the way it is. What's wrong with the DH?
Yeah, because if you put the DH in the National League, the American League would never win another World Series. It would make it an even playing field.
I don't think that's exactly how it would play out.
Armchair.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, all season long, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
One afternoon on the Brooklyn waterfront, a boy named William Cummings, known to his friends as Candy, noticed that he could make a clamshell curve when he hurled it through the air and began to wonder if he might be able to do the same thing one day with a baseball. In April 1867, now pitching for the Brooklyn Excelsiors, Candy Cummings tried out his new pitch. Though it was outlawed, everyone started throwing the curveball. Purists were appalled.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail Minnesota 8-3. Minnesota scored 6 runs off of 3 jacks in the last half inning. Stepping up to the plate is Dansby Swanson, taken for a ball outside. It's 1-0. Yunier Cano comes into the game. Big right-hander. Here's the pitch off the plate. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Here's the delivery, and it's way off the plate again. It's 3-0. It's definitely 3-0. I know it's showing as there being a strike called on the first. I don't believe that's so, and the monitor's not showing that either. Here's a 3-0 pitch, and it is on the outside part of the plate, and it is 4-0. That'll send him down to first base for the free pass, Dansby Swanson. The Braves try to climb back in this. So I think that was just an error by the statistician. Strangely enough, it was being showed on both. It was on 2 different websites, and it was showing both of it. Noah Miller comes in for Carlos Correa. And Deshaun Kersey comes in for Byron Buxton as Cano replaced Joe Smith. So this will bring up Travis d'Arnaud. Takes the first pitch for a ball. It's 1-0. d'Arnaud hit a home run earlier in the game, a 2-run shot. They gave the Braves a 3-2 lead at the time. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is a fastball on the outside part of the plate, called for a strike. It's 1-1. One pitch to d'Arnaud, called for a strike on the outside part. Kissing the black, and it's 1-2. Good crowd here in Fort Myers today. Not many empty seats. Many fans are sitting along the grass as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch. One on, nobody out, and it is swung on and rolled foul. We'll do it again at 1-2. College basketball Final Four tomorrow night. Both games are sitting around a 4-point spread. North Carolina and Villanova being the underdogs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, called for a ball, and it's 1-2. Cano kind of showed up the ump, stood there and stared at him, and then laughed when he didn't call it a strike. I think he's going to find out the hard way. You don't do that in the majors. Here's the 2-2 pitch to d'Arnaud, and it is a fastball right on the black, and it called for a strike. So d'Arnaud will go have a seat. There's one away. That was an obvious strike there, but Cano will find out. When you show the umps up, they will find a way to get back at you, whether it's an hour later. I'm sure he'll have a talk with his coaches when he comes off the mound this inning. You don't pause, and you darn sure don't laugh at the ump. He might have blew the call, but you gotta move on. Cano throws it over to first. Dansby sliding back in underneath the tag. Marcell Ozuna is at the plate, probably his last at bat. Cano throws it back over to first, trying to catch Swanson napping. Don't think there's much of a chance Swanson's going down 5. Here's the first pitch to Ozuna, swung on and missed. Something came off of Ozuna's. Is that his bat? Some kind of a. Oh, it's a chain. It's a necklace that came off of Ozuna when he swung around. His chain fell off. Well, maybe that's why you don't wear jewelry when you're trying to play sports, but he got it back hooked on. So here we go. 0-1. Here's the delivery, and it's on the outside part of the plate, called for a ball. It's 1-1. Near Cano. One delivery down the hard off the, just off the outside, called for a strike. It's 1-2. "27-year-old right-hander." Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Shortstop gives chase. He'll make the catch just on the edge of the grass, and there's 2 away in the Atlanta 5th. Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. He's takes the first pitch for a strike, called inside. It's 0-1. Ozzie Albies batting 5th today. It'll be interesting to see where they put him in the lineup. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's rolled over the right-hand side, caught and given chase. Cano covers first as they flip it over to him, and that'll be the end of the inning. The Braves trail 8-3. You're listening to Braves Country Baseball.
A wise guy, huh?
Who wins in a cage match of Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner versus Ronda Rousey and Bruce Jenner, or Caitlyn Jenner, versus Michael Sam and Ray Rice? Well, I tried to make it as even as possible.
Armchair.
If we actually enjoyed our New Year's resolutions, we'd all have 6-packs, money in our saving accounts, and we'd know how to play the piano. I have to tell you about the one resolution I actually enjoy. It's Built Bar. It's delicious. Oh, yeah, it's healthy too. Built Bar is healthier than your favorite protein bar. They're low-cal, low sugar, high protein, high fiber, great for the keto diet. Lose or maintain weight while indulging. And with only 4 net carbs and 150 calories, there's no guilt. Visit BuiltBar.com.
I'm bad at sex. There's a lot of thrashing and thumping, but nothing really gets done. I'm like a broken dishwasher.
Welcome to the jungle. Jim Rome on the air, noon to 3 Eastern. Only on CBS Sports Radio.
Max, a woman in my section wants to know if we do anything gluten-free. What do I tell her? Tell her she's not allergic to gluten. She's just masking an eating disorder.
I heard that this year we at Harvard won the baseball championship because we have a pitcher who has a fine curveball. I am further instructed that the purpose of the curveball is to deliberately deceive the batter. Harvard is not in the business of teaching deception. Charles Eliot, president of Harvard College.
Braves country baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail 8-3. It looks like Max Fried is going to come back out. That little provision that they've added to spring training baseball. So he is not done for the day. They were giving him a rest. So he'd pitched too many pitches in the previous inning. So he comes back out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Kepler, and it swung on and missed for a strike. It's 0-2. If you're not familiar with what I'm referring to, a few years back, it started because of the pandemic shortened year, and they had to start and stop spring training. Well, to get the guys the work that they wanted to get them without worrying about blowing their arms out because of a long inning. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's strike 3 right at the knees. Sits down. Max Kepler, there's one away. So what they started doing is giving the managers the ability to go get your pitcher, sit him down, bring a reliever in, and then you can bring him back out the next inning. If he hasn't gotten all the work you want to get him in, it prevents the players. As Kyle Garlick's back up to the plate on a 1-0 count, and curveball outside the zone. It's 2-0. It prevents these pitchers from throwing a ridiculous amount of pitches in one inning, but they can still get their work in. So Max Fried right now, where he stands, 2-0 delivery, fastball swung on and fouled back out of play. It's 2-1. He is, get the pitch count for you here in a second. He was in the 50s when they pulled him. Here's a 2-1 pitch, fastball caught on the inside part of the plate at the knees, and it's 2-2. Two pitch from Fried, and it is swung on and popped up high down the right field line. See, he'll give it chase, but to no avail as it drops into foul territory. And he'll do it again at 2-2. The stats during spring training are a little iffy, but it looks like he's at 77 pitches, 60 for strikes. Here's a ground ball over to the right-hand side, and it is corralled by Gosselin. Gosselin fires it over to first, and there are 2 away here in the Minnesota 5th. It's what they're showing right now. I don't know if that's, I'll wait for an actual verification of that. They probably want him to throw somewhere in that 80 range. It looks like he has thrown 78 pitches now. So probably around the 80 to 90 ranges. I would think this is probably his last inning. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed by Jeffers, who hit a home run earlier in the game. And it's 0-1. Jeffers hitting just 176 on the spring, but has 2 home runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's a fastball at the knees, taken for a strike. They're going to call that inside. Wow. It's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Fried, and it is in the dirt for a ball. It's now 2-1. Atlanta trails 8-3. Minnesota really got the bats going in the bottom of the fourth, scoring 6 runs. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and it is pulled foul by Jeffers. We got our full count now at 3-2. This will be Max Fried's 83rd pitch of the day. Your opening day starter against the Cincinnati Reds. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it is a fastball scorched down the left field line, but foul once again. And we'll start it up at full count, 3-2. Third base coach for the Twins is dancing out of the way. He's getting his workout. Watkins, he's getting his workout in for the day. Showed him a couple of times having to hot step it out of the way. Everybody's trying to get in shape for the spring. Here's the 3-2 pitch by Max Fried, and in slider inside, called for a ball. And it's going to be a walk, 2-out walk. We'll see if they leave Fried in, and it looks like Snicker's coming out. He's at his pitch limit now. That was his 84th pitch of the at-bat. Snicker does not want to see it get to 90. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we've got a pitching change here for the Atlanta Braves.
Hi, I'm going to be your waitress because my mother drank.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there. Pulling no punches, calling it how I see it for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, and the Saturday afternoon games, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Must be sitting on the slider. The Braves standing room only now. Matzik trying to deliver in the biggest moment of his career so far. Runners on second and third, 2 away. The Braves lead by 2. Fastball swung on and missed. Sit down, baby. Matzik comes in and absolutely yaks the whole side.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. A 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. So the statistics become a means by which we can connect to the permanence. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball, and Colin McHugh is going to be in the game. Right-hander. Good pickup by the Atlanta Braves in the offseason. Expected to be working that 6th, 7th inning relief for the Braves. We'll set that bullpen up here in a second for you. Here's the first pitch, and it's called for a strike inside for 0-1. Kirilloff is 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a run. If you look at Atlanta's, here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is called for a strike on the outside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. You look at Atlanta's bullpen, and of course, there's now going to be, and look, your national media is always going to do this. They're now making a big deal about the Dodgers bullpen. I'll still take the Braves bullpen over it. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is a changeup. Caught looking, watching the paint dry. Sit him down. We head to the top of the 6th inning. The Braves will grab the bats down 8-3.
Hey, this isn't my coffee. Where's my finely ground quinoa blend from Starbucks?
That's it. Daphne put an eggshell and some allspice in it.
Didn't that just dress it up? Let us get something clear. I am not a morning person. I have to ease into my day slowly.
First, I have my coffee. Sans, eggshells, or anything else one tends to pick out of the garbage.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, all season long, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Enjoy sun-drenched days, epic stays, and plenty of room to roam in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Our hotels, attractions, and restaurants have taken the Visit Lauderdale's Safe and Clean pledge, so you can relax and explore with confidence. When you're ready for that well-deserved staycation, our 23 miles of golden beaches await. Find wide-open spaces to hike, bike, kayak, and paddleboard. Visit your favorite attractions, then dine out in style in socially distanced dining rooms or al fresco on waterfront patios. Learn more at sunny.org.
You know the guy's names on the baseball team?
Yes.
Well, go ahead. Who's on first?
Yes.
I mean the guy's name.
Who?
The guy playing first.
Who?
The guy playing first base.
Who?
The guy on first base.
Who is on first?
What are you asking me for? I don't know.
When the University of Illinois played Northwestern, Illinois rooters fired blanks into the air. Much more convenient than yelling, the campus paper said, and has a better effect on the visiting team. And when the Princeton Tigers beat Yale, their fans roared right onto the field.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. It said we're going to look at the Braves roster, and we're going to go ahead and get into that now. As the Atlanta Braves, you look at, okay, if you missed the news from it earlier, Kyle Muller and Jacob Webb are both sitting in the minors now, been sent to the minor leagues. Muller got pounded yesterday by Tampa, and by no means are they giving up on the young man, but he's got to get seasoned down there in the minors. What that looks like for the rest of the rotation as we hit opening day, what it should be is Max Fried, Charlie Morton, Ian Anderson, and then I believe it's going to be Kyle Wright and Huascar Ynoa. There has been rumblings that there is a possibility Atlanta could go with a 6-man rotation. And if that's the case, I think Tucker Davidson gets the nod, not Spencer Strider. Because the way it looks like right now, here's the first pitch. And Alcala is now in the game as the right-handed reliever for the Twins. It is a fastball, the inside part of the plate, called for a strike. It's 0-1. Dickerson is at the bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dickerson inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. Alcala working quickly, so I'll get to this point quickly. If they go 5-man rotation, I think that's the 5. But if they go 6, I think they go Tucker Davidson. He's pitched well. I don't think it would be the worst idea to run a 6-man rotation. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and hit high and deep, going back. Jackpot, baby. Home run, Atlanta Braves. Over the right field wall, Dickerson got himself a golf shot and got it over the wall. Right fielder was going back to try to make a play on it. Looked like he had a chance. The ball just went out of the park. It's Atlanta 4, Minnesota 8 now. Ball just went over the wall. Probably about 2 or 3 rows back. If that, it might have just been a row back. Here's the first pitch, swung on by Arcia. And once again, he's an easy out. It's 0-1. So if you run with the 6-man rotation, which to be honest with you, it's kind of where I would like to see them go, is a 6-man rotation, because early, short spring, you're going to get a situation where you don't want to burn these arms out. It'll work in your favor down the road to have these guys pitch once a week. And then in May, you have to go down from 28 to 26 on the roster. And at that point, you go to a 5-man rotation. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed by Heredia. It's 0-1. But if you go with that, especially when you consider the fact that a lot of your other teams in your division are going to be dealing with the same situation. Here's the 0-1 pitch swung on and hit into left field and drops down for a single. Heredia is on first with one away. So if you go Fried, Morton, Anderson, Wright, Inoa, and then Davidson, I don't think that's how they would set it up. I think they'd go Davidson and Inoa because you don't want the lefties back to back in the rotation. So that would give you 6 men in the rotation. And let's say, for argument's sake, if you decide to go that way and you go with a 9-man bullpen, you could still run 13 batters. Here's the first pitch inside to Gosselin, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. So obviously you're going to have Jansen, Will Smith, Matzik, and Colin McHugh sitting up the back of that bullpen. Luke Jackson and A.J. Minter, assuming Jackson's ready for opening day. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. It's 1-1. So that gives you 6. And if you decide to run 3 more in the bullpen, that would be Darren O'Day. I think Spencer Strider. And then the question is, do you keep Newcomb? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, popped up into shallow left field. Shortstop makes a play on it. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away in the Atlanta 6th. At that point, that's just 14 pitchers. And you could run with 14. I think you could run with 15, considering the fact the DH is there now, so you don't have as much pinch hitting. But if they did decide to go 14 and 14, I think those would be your 14 pitchers. They could give Newcomb that last 15th arm, but I doubt it. He's been so bad. Here's the first pitch to Rosario, swung on and missed over the top. It's 0-1. But let's say if you go 14 and you go 14 batters, you go Darnold and Pena, obviously, are your 2 catchers. Olsen. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and over the top. It's 0-2. Sinker in the dirt that he went fishing for. Olsen, Albies, Riley, and Dansby obviously go around your infield, and your outfield would obviously start off with Ozuna, Duvall, and Rosario. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's right at the knees. Generous call for a ball. It's 1-2. Heredia is going to be on that roster. That gives you 9 batters. Dickerson is going to be on that roster. Gives you 10. Along with Pena is 11. And then Orlando Arcia will probably find his way on the team. It's 12. Fastball outside, way outside the zone. It's 2-2. And you'll probably end up with Gosselin. It's 13. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Eddie, and it is swung on and rolled over softly to the mound, flip over to first, and that'll end the inning. Braves score a run, but they leave one. They trail by 4. We'll be back in a flash.
Are you okay, pal?
I had a rough day on the job.
Are you going home now?
I was about to.
Well, then, you just fulfilled the first rule of law enforcement. Make sure when your shift is over, you go home alive.
Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Well, there's been so much going on. We have so much to talk about tonight, so let's just get right to it. All righty.
Church lady, I'm not going to whitewash it. I let my church down, and I let my family down.
And didn't we let something else down, like our trousers?
The best of us keep as much of that childhood with us as we grow into adulthood as we can muster. And the most creative, the most happy, the most fortunate of us are those who don't lose the sense of play. And even after we're past the point of being able to actually play the game with any skill, if we love it, then it's like Peter Pan. We remain boys forever. We don't die.
Welcome back here to Braves Country, talking about the Braves roster, getting ready for the next pitch. McHugh is back out there, by the way. So this is a good test for him coming back off the pine after a quick rest. Here's the first pitch swung on, and it's rifled back up the middle. Caught web gem by Colin McHugh right in the glove, in the basket, and there's one away. Nice defensive stab by McHugh as he kind of smirks almost as an excuse me out. Ball was shot right back at him. He danced out of the way and he made the catch. Nice defensive play by McHugh. One of the names I think I left off, I don't believe I brought up the fact that they've got Thornburg as well. So I think Thornburg would make the bullpen. Obviously, he's going to make the bullpen. And so I think you're probably seeing, unless they decide to carry an unnecessary extra arm that hasn't been very good, and Sean Newcomb. Here's the first pitch, and it swung on and hit back up the middle again to McHugh. McHugh grabs it and fires it over to first. There's quickly 2 away in the Minnesota 6th. So Thornburg goes in. Tarnick, Toussaint, Webb, Brooks Wilson, William Woods, they've all been sent to the minors. Minor league season starting up, so they've all been sent. Newcomb is the only name. Newcomb, and then what they're going to do with Davidson is the only question. Davidson's pitched well, but whether or not they want to carry 6 starters or not, because I don't think they want Davidson to be in the bullpen. They want to keep him stretched out along with Muller in case there's an injury. Here's the 0-1 pitch from McHugh on the outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Deshaun Kersey comes in. He's substituted for Byron Buxton last inning defensively. 1-1 pitch high and outside, and it's 2-1. Twins have action in their bullpen going. Here's the 2-1 pitch from McHugh, swung on, popped up, out of play, and it's 2-2. So finishing up the thought of that, one of the questions is, will they keep Contreras as a third catcher, but also as a DH? Or will they send him down to the minors so that he continues to get work? Here's the 2-1 pitch, swung on, strike 3. We head to the 7th. The Braves trail by just 4. We'll be back in a flash.
Bowling's insane. Bowling is crazy time.
Bowling? I don't think so, George. You get no rush from bowling.
Rush? You want a rush? Drop a ball on your toe, my friend. Talk about a rush. You'll be throbbing. You'll see vision.
At Jewelers Mutual, we're a little obsessed with jewelry. Obsessed like auctioneers with talking fast.
50, we're going to fit sold.
Pop stars with auto-tune.
Yeah.
And dentists with asking questions.
How did he propose?
After they've put their hands in your mouth.
Great.
Yes, we've made jewelry our obsession for over 100 years. We love it so much, we named our kids Ruby, Amber, and Opal.
Venti soy latte for Opal?
At Jewelers Mutual, we insure jewelry and only jewelry, which is why people who are also obsessed with jewelry trust us with theirs.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
The most popular and most notorious star of the 19th century was Michael Joseph King Kelly, the sure-handed catcher for the Chicago White Stockings. He was so skilled at stealing bases, he once stole 6 in a single game, that he inspired a popular song, Slide, Kelly, Slide. He sometimes cut across the diamond, skipping second altogether when the umpire was not looking. Kelly drank as hard as he competed. Once, A.G. Spaulding put Pinkerton detectives on his trail and accused him of having been in a saloon at 3 a.m. drinking lemonade. Kelly was indignant. It was straight whiskey, he said. I never drank a lemonade at that hour in my life.
Welcome back here to Braves Baseball, TGI Friday, right? And the Braves trail 8-4. Still got 3 more chances at the bat. And Joanne Duran comes in to face Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson's 2 for 2 on the day. So they'll try to get something going here. Finishing out that roster, if you look at the offense, you have to figure they're going to keep, most likely they're going to keep Arcia with the big team. He might be a guy that gets sent away down the road, but he's out of options. And if you don't hold on to him, here's the first pitch to Swanson, rolled over to the left side, easy out. They fired it over to first, and there's one away. As far as the outfielders go, Rosario, Zuna, Heredia, Duvall, Dickerson, they'll all make the squad. You got 5 outfielders, 5 infielders that I just named. Contreras and Darnode, and Pena and Darnode, and then Contreras is a question mark. Gonsolin will most likely make the team as well. Here's a fastball on the outside part of the plate, taken for a strike by Contreras. Speak of the devil, and it's on 1. 100 miles an hour by Joanne Duran. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and curveball drops in for strike, and it's 0-2. 15 mile an hour difference between the fastball and the curveball. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is a curveball outside again, and it's now 1-2. Twins 4, Braves 8. Twins 8, Braves 4, as Atlanta gave up 6 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it's another curveball. This on the outside part of the plate. It's 2-2. St. Louis 5, New York 1. The Mets, that is. Here's the 2-2 pitch swung on, and he went around, called for a 3rd strike. Contreras will go back to the bench. Taking a look around the league real quick at the scores. St. Louis 5-1 in the 5th over the Mets. 9-1. Tampa leads over Boston in the 7th. Toronto 4, Pittsburgh 1. Standing in is Ozuna, so he will get another at bat and called for a strike on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Baltimore over Philly 3-2 in the ninth. Houston 2-1 over Miami in the seventh. Here's the 0-1 pitch way outside and foul and rolls back to the screen. It's 1-1. Tigers and Yankees are tied in the seventh. Texas and San Francisco just getting underway. That's 1-0. And later on today, Oakland and the Sox. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled over to the third base dugout. And it's 1-2. A's and the Shy Sox, 4:05 Eastern first pitch. The Cubs in Arizona, 4:10 Eastern first pitch. Here's the 1-2 pitch swung on, and it is grounded over to the left-hand side, corralled by the shortstop. He fires it over to first, and a 6-3 third out of the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the seventh. Minnesota leads it 8-4.
As you know, Monty, Vaughn's been working on a couple of new pitches, the Eliminator and the Humiliator, to complement his fastball, the Terminator. I heard that. Dynamite drop in, Monty. That broadcast school has really paid off.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change, like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? You take one more.
Sir.
Yeah, I thought so. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
We got a tie. We need to fix it. We need a tiebreaker.
I agree. Ties are not acceptable in fantasy football. Fantasy football is about proving that you are better than your friends, not equally as good as your friends, okay? It's not communism. We're not coveting Billy Joel cassette tapes and wearing ill-fitting blue jeans.
I'm Amy Lawrence, and I'm up late, always, after hours, hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific.
This helpful instructional message from the National Association of People Who Have Trouble Walking and Chewing Gum at the same time. Step, chew, step, chew, step, chew, step, chew.
If I could change anything about basketball, it'd be to get rid of the X Games.
Armchair.
Mayhem seemed to follow John McGraw wherever he went. When he got into a fist fight with the opposing third baseman in Boston in 1894, both benches empty. Fans began brawling. Someone set the stands on fire, and the entire wooden ballpark and 170 neighborhood buildings went up in flames.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Braves trail 8-4, bottom of the seventh inning. Monday, we'll be here one last time for the spring broadcast. 1 o'clock, I believe it's a 1:05 first pitch against the Rays. We'll do predictions for both the Braves and all of Major League Baseball. First pitch is grounded over to the fastball right down the heart of the plate, and it's 0-1. We got a pitching change. Get to that here in 1 second. Odalvi Javier, slender right-hander, firing darts already. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Polanco, swung on and fouled back out of play. And it's 0-2. Hitting 95 miles an hour on the radar. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it takes a little bit off of it. Looked like the changeup, and it's outside the zone. It's 1-2. Polanco, one of the better infielders in baseball. Here's the 1-2 pitch called for the third strike on the outside part of the plate. Could not pull the trigger, and there's one away in the bottom of the 7th. Everyone's still waiting to see if the Braves make one last move, one more big move before the opening day. It's been a lot of talk about will they. I at this point, I would be a little shocked if they brought in a veteran arm. I think they're happy with what they got, but you never have too much pitching. One of the guys that's out there on the free agent market that has gotten some interest, he just hasn't signed with anyone yet, is Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto had a decent year last year. He was much better in the first part than he was the last part. 0-1 pitch to Gary Sanchez, down and away, and it's 1-1. Could the Braves bring someone like him in? I don't expect it. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is outside the zone, taken for a ball. 88-mile-an-hour changeup, and it's 2-1. Adalvi Javier is a guy that's not likely to make the team, but he has pitched well, and he is a guy that you could see at some point this summer. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's in the dirt. Did Sanchez go around? They're saying he didn't. No, he did. It's 2-2. Took a while for Blue to actually make the call, but he did go around. It looked like he had, but Blue had not made the call yet. It's a 2-2 pitch. The Mets have scored a run. It's now 5-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch, swung on, grounded over to short, fired over to first, and there's now 2 away in the Minnesota 7th. Braves are playing right-handed shift. St. Louis Cardinals should have a good team this year. They've brought in some big pieces. One of them that's kind of gone under the radar because you had the start and the stop and then the start again with the free agency because of the lockout. Steven Matz, the old Met that went to the Blue Jays, he signed with the Cardinals during the offseason. Let's keep an eye on him. Here's the first pitch way outside the zone to Max Kepler, and it's 1-0. Kepler 1 for 3 with an RBI in the first inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it is a changeup on the knees, outside part of the plate, called for a strike. It's now 1-1. 1-1 pitch, quick delivery, and fastball way inside, and it's 2-1. Twins 8, Braves 4. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is a fastball at the knees, called for a strike. Good pitch by Javier, and it's 2-2. Good control Javier has shown. If you missed the game yesterday, the Braves struggled mightily. Mueller and Newcomb were banged around. Now Olsen looked good at the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch inside, and it's 3-2. Everyone's got big hopes for Olsen, but I just think he's got a lot of pressure on him starting the season. Would not shock me if he starts out slow, but he will be fine. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Pulls a string on it, swung on, struck him out. The Braves will grab the bats. We're heading to the 8th.
Nice wallet.
Wallet. What?
Nobody carries wallets anymore. I mean, they went out with powdered wigs. Here's what you need. Just a couple of cards and your bankroll. See? Keep the big bills on the outside.
It's a 5.
All Armchair Quarterbacks on YouTube Live. We cover Braves baseball, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays, Cubs and Cardinals, and the rest of Major League Baseball. Subscribe and like us today. Your first choice for sports talk live from the First Coast. If you don't have cable, you're going to be forced to like read or something, man. You're going to get cable and fast.
Yeah. I mean, it's been rough.
What city did you just move to, Wilbanks?
Houston.
With somebody listening, if anybody's in Houston, please call in. We need to get Wilbanks some cable so we can watch the game tomorrow. Let's start the man a party.
Or at least do the man a solid and leave your windows open so that he can peek in at the Super Bowl.
The straight guy outside your house watching the game, he's with us. Don't worry.
Armchair.
In 1878, more than 8 million bats were sold in the United States, and players often rode to the ball field in painted carriages, singing team songs. Men who were crazy about baseball were called bugs and cranks. Women who shared their excitement were cranklets. Later, they would be called fans, short either for baseball fanciers or fanatics.
Welcome back here to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail 8-4. Giovanni Moran will be the pitcher. He's going to go up against Jordan Cowan. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Another big name that's out there on the free agent market is Michael Conforto. Now, there was a report by Ken Rosenthal yesterday that said that he is injured. He's coming close to being healthy, and until he's healthy, he's not ready to sign. So see what happens there. Here's the first pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. Typically, we do the birthdays in the 7th inning. Slipped my mind. So happy birthday to Mark Jackson of the New York Knicks fame, now a broadcaster, because he was Rookie of the Year, 1988. Daniel Murphy in baseball, 0-1 pitches outside, and it's 1-1. Daniel Murphy is now 37 years old, from Jacksonville, Florida, played for the Mets, the Nationals. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it's called for a strike. It's now 1-2. As far as guys still playing today, David Dahl, 28 years old, outfielder for the Rockies. 28 years old today. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is a slider laid off. Good eye. It's now Ryan Goins, and it's 2-2. They'd penciled in Cowens, but it's actually Goins that's to the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and slider outside the zone taken for a ball. It's now full count at 3-2. Braves trying to get back in this. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Lefty versus lefty matchup, and fastball way outside the zone. Good eye by Goins as he'll jog down to first with a leadoff single. Cardinals lead the Mets bottom of the 5th. 5-2. They've got a rally going there. All these games being played in Florida. The late starts are obviously that they're out in Arizona in the Cactus League. Grapefruit action, first pitch to Dickerson. Swings over the top. It's one strike on Dickerson. Braves got runner on first, nobody out, trailing 8-4, top of the 8th inning. Just a few more days of spring training before they head north to the friendly confines of Atlanta, Georgia. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it is a fastball taken high for a ball, and it's 1-1. They'll start the season off against the Cincinnati Reds, 4-game series. The first game of that series we'll have here, and they have changed the first pitch from 7:20 to 8:08. They will be unveiling the banner. Saturday night, they will be giving out rings. Here's the 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled down the first base line, and it's 1-2. So we will be here opening day Thursday, and then I am going to one of the Braves games that weekend. So we will not be here for our typical Friday night ball game. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and it is grounded. Foul once again. It's 1-2. We will be back that following Tuesday for Tuesday and Friday games all throughout the summer. There are one or two that we won't be here for, but we'll address that as we get close. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and that's inside. Good eye by Dickerson. That was close, and it's 2-2. Good job of framing, trying to get that called strike by Sanchez. Looking at the early part of our schedule that we'll be doing here. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is wild pitch. That ball gets away. Runner's going to scoot on down to second base. And there's runner on second, nobody out, and then now a full count to Alex Dickerson. Here's a 3-2 pitch to Dickerson, and in the dirt, low for ball 4. 2 walks, have runners on first and second, nobody out. And the Braves got something cooking. So we'll get another pinch hitter coming in. And fastball on the outside part of the plate. They called that a strike. It was outside the zone. It's 0-1. Drew Lugbauer is the batter. Lefty versus lefty matchup. 0-1 pitch delivery, swung on and missed. Could not catch up with that, and it's 0-2. So we'll be here opening day along with Monday's broadcast next week. And then after that opening weekend, we'll be back for Tuesdays and Fridays. Tuesday, April 12th, it's Braves versus Nationals, 7:20 first pitch. Here's a fastball inside. Almost hit Lugbauer, but he bends out of the way. It's 1-2. Go to the West Coast Friday, April 15th. That's Jackie Robinson Day. We will be here, even though it's a late start, 9:40 Eastern time. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Went fishing out of the zone. And there's one away in the Braves' 8th. Minnesota 8, Atlanta 4. The Braves have 2 on, 1 away. That'll bring up Jacob Pearson to play another lefty-lefty matchup. Guess Snicker's wanting to see how some of these guys will do against left-handers. First pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. Thursday, April 14th, the MLB game of the week that I'll be doing with the guys is Blue Jays and Yankees. That should be a good one. Tuesday, April 19th. It's a late start, but we're going to do it. Braves, Dodgers. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled back out of play, and it's 1-1. I'll go on 0 sleep that week because there's no way we're missing Braves, Dodgers. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Pearson, and it's a fastball at the knees. Called for a strike. It's 1-2. Tuesday, April 22nd, Braves versus Marlins. That's a 7:20 first pitch on a Friday night. And then we get the Cubs the following week. We'll do 3 Braves games that week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Cubs twice and the Rangers on Friday night, and that's your April. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt, taken for a ball. Good eye, and it's 2-2. A lot of big storylines going into this season, and one of them's already rearing its ugly head. Jacob deGrom going for an MRI today, expecting some news on that pretty soon. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and it is taken for a called third strike. There's 2 away, and that'll bring Pat Valleca to the bat. Byron Buxton, 2 home runs today. He's from Georgia originally. Now we all think of him as a Minnesota guy because he's been with the organization his whole career, but he is from Georgia. First pitch to Valleca, and it's a fastball at the knees, called for a strike. Nice pitch. It's 0-1. 92 miles an hour right at the knees. Oh, 1 pitch and curveball in the dirt. Called for a strike. No. Blue's going to say he held up at first base line, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Valleca, and fastball way outside the zone. It's 2-1. Might have been the changeup, but it was straight as an arrow, and it was about 3 feet outside the zone. Sanchez had to jump up to make sure that ball didn't hit the backstop. So you got a 2-1 pitch to Pat Valleca, the ex-Oriole. He's got some pop in his bat. Lefty versus righty matchup. Time to cash in for the Atlanta Braves. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and it's outside the zone. That's ball 3. 1 pitch away from loading it up. Three-one pitch. Wind is whistling out on the left field wall. Here, swung on and hit high, and deep, going back. That baby's gone. Pat Valleca hits a 3-run bomb, and it's now 7-8 as Minnesota's lead is cut to 1. It does not take much to get it up into that. Once you get it up into that wind, that ball has carried. 8-7 your score. Moran knew it instantly. As soon as he let go of the ball, he kind of slowly walked off the mound with his head down. He knew that ball was gone. Didn't even want to look at it. Outfielders gave chase, but it went up to the catwalk and bounced back onto the field. So it's 8-7. The Braves have brought themselves within 1 run. Be a heck of a comeback. They were trailing 8-3 after 4. Have scored 4 unanswered runs. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Jeffrey Ramos taken outside for a ball. No, they're going to call it a strike. It's 0-1. Very, very questionable called strike there. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and hit foul down the line, and it's 0-2. That's a spring training strike is what that was. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's way outside the zone. Called for a ball. It's 1-2. Moran's got some pretty good stuff. He just got that ball up into the way too high in the zone. Valleca pounded it. Here's the 1-2 pitch and another pitch way outside, and it's now 2-2. Fastball reaching about 90 miles an hour, and it was about a foot outside the zone. The bullpen is working for Minnesota, so we'll see what happens here. 2-2 pitch to Ramos. Jeffrey Ramos swings and hits one high into deep left center field. Going back up against the warning track for out number 3. Ramos gave it a ride. We'll be back in a flash, heading to the bottom of the 8th.
I think we should use the manual. I don't need a manual. I need a pair of wire strippers, a hammer, and a beer.
It's important to remember the value of taking time for ourselves to do the things that help us grow and explore, like learning something new. And now with the Great Courses Plus, it's never been easier to experience the joys of learning. The Great Courses Plus offers thousands of streaming videos that cover hundreds of fascinating topics, from World War II to choosing the perfect wine. You can even take a course on the U.S. government or dealing with stress and anxiety. And because the Great Courses Plus partners with world-class professors and experts, you're always receiving thoroughly vetted, high-quality content from every lecture. Plus, you can watch or listen anytime, anywhere with the Great Courses Plus app. So take a little time for you. Sign up for the Great Courses Plus today for a free month of unlimited access. Visit thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio to get started. That's thegreatcoursesplus.com/radio.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
You're not sick tonight, are you? Good. Your tongue's going to be hanging out. Tell him to throw up on his own time.
John McGraw would stay in baseball for more than 40 years and become one of the game's greatest manager. But he never stopped fighting, never stopped savaging umpires, and was always willing to do just about anything to win.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. The Atlanta Braves trail by just one now after a 3-run bomb the last half inning. And that'll bring Javier's coming back out to the mound. And first pitch is taken inside for a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 pitch. And it's a little low, but they'll call that a strike as well. It's 0-2. TGIF today, Justin and I am going to give predictions. I got a lot of things. 6 p.m. Eastern. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is whistled down the right field line. They're going to call that foul, and we'll do it again at 0-2. On this date in 1991, Duke wins its first national title against the Kansas Jayhawks. Christian Laettner named MVP. And in 1987, the Pirates trade Tony Pena to the St. Louis Cardinals for Andy Van Slyke and a couple of prospects. Here's the 0-2 pitch and swung on, strike 3. One away in the Minnesota 8th inning. Also on this date, 1996, John McSherry, umpire, died after calling 7 pitches. Died at home plate having a massive heart attack. After that, Major League Baseball started focusing on the health of the umpires. Here's the first pitch called for a strike, and it's 0-1. Javier versus Cabrera. Cabrera from the right-hand side, righty versus righty. 0-1 pitch swung on and fouled back up against the screen. It's 0-2. One more spring training game to call. That'll be Monday afternoon against the Tampa Bay Rays, who, by the way, have really put up some big numbers here in the last few days in the spring. Oh-2 pitch fouled back again. We'll do it again at 0-2. Ready for opening day. Thursday, 8:08 first pitch. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is a slider on the outside part of the plate called for a ball. It's 1-2. One thing you don't miss about spring ball when you're doing this is the number of substitutions it goes on. Here's the 1-2 pitch pumped right by him. Strike 3. There's 2 outs in the Minnesota 8th. Minnesota leads at 8-7. Here's the windup in the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Christian Encarnacion Strand is the batter. Does not have a hit this spring. Here's the 0-1 pitch. It's in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Cardinals and Mets are still 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Cubs and Brewers are getting underway here in about 10-15 minutes. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Looks like the Cubs have a split squad. You haven't seen much of that this spring with the teams, but they have a split squad game going on today. Here's 2-1 pitch, and it's fouled back out of play. It's 2-2. Cubs are playing Arizona and the Brewers. Both games are warming up right now in the Cactus League, so they'll be coming on around 4:10 Eastern, just about the time this game ends. Here's the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled back once again. Encarnacion Strand trying to stay alive, 2-2. Javier routinely hitting the 96, 95 on the radar gun. Could be an interesting piece later. Here's the 2-2 pitch swung on, and it is kept inside the line, roasted down the left field line, and left field gives it chase, fires it back into the infield, but not before Encarnacio Strand is standing on second with a 2-out double for the Minnesota Twins. Good job of hitting and staying alive, and he's able to pull it. Third base playing way off the line. Strangely, one of the few times you haven't seen Atlanta play a severe shift. So here we go. Runner on second, 2 away. That brings up Jefferson Morales. First pitch outside, it's 1-0. One-0 delivery from Javier. 32 pitches now, and it is a slider way outside the zone. It's now 2-0. If you missed it earlier, Craig Kimbrell traded. Here's the 2-0 pitch on the outside part, called for a strike. It's 2-1. Craig Kimbrell traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers for Pollock, the outfielder for the Dodgers, in cash considerations. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it is off the plate again. It's now 3-1. Three-one pitch, and it's way outside the zone, and that's ball 4. So runners on first and second. 2 away. And that'll bring up the bat of Noah Miller. Lefty versus righty matchup. Javier now at 35 pitches on the afternoon. One thing you do like that you've seen from behind the plate since Contreras came in for d'Arnaud. Here's the first pitch, and it is called for a strike. It's 0-1. It seems like a simple thing, but Contreras has had a really difficult time just playing solid defense, and you haven't noticed he's behind the plate because he's been doing a solid job defensively. Here's the 0-1 pitch inside, and it's 1-1. If not for that, I don't know if Atlanta extends d'Arnaud. I think they would have given Contreras the chance, but struggled so mightily defensively last summer that they extended d'Arnaud to keep him for the next 2 years and still develop Contreras. Here's the 1-1 pitch called for a strike. Sinker right there at the knees, and it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch to the lefty, Noah Miller, setting up outside, and fastball caught him looking. Strike 3, and the Atlanta Braves will head to the 9th inning. Down by 1. Last chance, last at bat.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life, which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Nobody's got anything bad to say about Dustin Pedroia. Okay, if he didn't mention Dustin Pedroia, I wouldn't have said a word. But the fact that he mentioned Big Poppy in the steroid era, when you want to bring that clown, that joke of a player up, they broke a great player. Ted Williams was one of the greatest players ever. And the fact that you would bring the fact up that he broke his record after he's pumping steroids in his behind, I don't want to hear about it.
Telling Wooten to pick a better Red Sox.
You could have picked 10 better Red Sox than Big Poppy.
I like him. I'm a Red Sox
Of course
fan.
you like him. You like the Gators. You like Aerosmith. There's a lot of things you like that the rest of the world don't. I'm just throwing it out there. Dude looks like a lady. I'm just saying. Throwing it out there.
I don't know much, but I know one thing. Billy Bill gets to show game ball today.
Armchair.
You think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it in one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list. We come to things at various times in our lives when we can comprehend them, when we have an interest in them. But we have a child's interest in baseball, in my case from the time I was 5. I can't imagine never having an interest in baseball. So it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another all the way through.
Welcome back to Braves Country Baseball. Last at bat for the Atlanta Braves. We will be back here for Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern against the Tampa Bay Rays. And that's the last game of the spring season, spring training. Here's the first pitch, swung on and grounded over to the right-hand side, easy out. And there's one away in the Atlanta ninth. Jordan Cohen grounds out to second. That'll bring up William Contreras. We mentioned Cohen earlier, and then they changed and did not bring him in, and now he is in and sees one pitch and one out. That might be the last time we see him this year, because he's most likely headed back down to the minors probably this weekend. First pitch called for a strike at the knees to Contreras, and it's 0-1. 0-1 pitch to Contreras outside the zone. It's 1-1. Asiris Herman on the mound. Tall, lean, right-handed pitcher. Changeup got Contreras swinging out of the zone and out of his shoes. It's 1-2. Standing on deck is Trey Harris. Here's the 1-2 pitch, swung on and hit high and deep into left field. It's going to drop just in front of the left fielder, whose feet were basically on the warning track, I guess trying to prevent a double. Contreras is on. One on, one out for Trey Harris coming to the plate. Trey Harris, first pitch inside, hits him right on the shoulder blade, and he's heading down to first. Now the Braves have runners on first and second. One away. That pitch was well inside and not even close to the strike zone. So runners on first and second, one away. Ryan Goins is back on the plate. He walked his first time up, lefty-righty matchup, and a changeup on the outside part of the plate called for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh-1 pitch to Goins, and it is a called strike. Another changeup on the outside part of the plate, and it's 0-2. Goins yet to take the bat off his shoulders. 2 on, 1 away. 0-2 pitch to Ryan Goins. And the delivery. Cutter called third strike right on the outside part of the plate. And Goins doesn't even break a sweat in 2 at-bats. So he'll head back to the dugout, and we're down to our final strike. Alex Dickerson coming to the plate with Big Pop. See if he can swing for the downs here and put the Braves up. Down 8-7, 2 away. And fastball inside, swung on and missed right inside his kitchen, 94 miles an hour. And it's 0-1. Alex Dickerson, most likely the Braves starting designated hitter on opening day. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and dribbled up the middle, sliding backhanded stab by the shortstop. He jumps up and fires it over to first. Nice play by the first baseman. He'll scoop it out of the ground, and that'll end the game. Good defensive play by the Minnesota Twins, and that'll end it. Your final score is Minnesota 8, Atlanta 7. And we will see you Monday, 1 o'clock Eastern. We'll come on with the pregame show with predictions about a half hour before. For Braves Country Baseball, I'm Mac McGee. We'll see you tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern to 7 o'clock Eastern, TGIF with Justin Waller.
It all starts with just one thing. When recycling, rinse out jars and cans and avoid recycling wax paper or paper soiled with food. This will reduce recycling contamination. Find tips and more at onethingus.com. What's your one thing?
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The winning run of Ozzie Albies. He got a pretty good jump and flew under the tag, picked the perfect pitch to go on. In Atlanta, a single could win this game. Austin Riley stands at the plate. Peterson is on deck. Here's the swung on, and it is roped down the line. It's going to rattle around, and oh, baby boy, here comes Ozzie Albies. He's going to score. The Braves walk it off in fine fashion. Oh, my word, the first pitch, and it is absolutely scoop-a-doop down the line.
That's so interesting that it would come out 90 feet, that somebody sat down, Mr. Cartwright or whoever, and said, hey, it ought to be 90 feet. It just sounded like a logical number. The fact of the matter is, in retrospect, if it were 88 feet, the game would be very different. Think of the plays at first base. Think of the double plays that wouldn't be completed. If it were 94 feet, we'd be throwing people out all over the place. Batting averages would drop remarkably.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
I might audible. If I audible, I'll use.
Red Polly, blue poncho. Do it. Rambo. Give me Kershaw here, Kershaw.
You're listening to the Armchair Quarterbacks.
Stop, Japan, Richmond, New York, Richmond, Florida, Sally, Buffalo. Check, hey, Short Ox, Buda, Raiders. Red Lion, Omaha. I'm out.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by The Best Things in Life. which are still free with minimum purchase at participating dealers.
Hi, this is Britney Spears.
What up, this Jay-Z.
This is Jennifer Lopez. Armchair.
Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Areola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by talking baseball, football, and everything in between. Catch the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Hey, Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel are bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Armchair Quarterback Radio, the gunslingers of sports talk.
And here's second-year quarterback Brett Favre out of Southern Mississippi by way of the Atlanta Falcons. They are hopeful he can succeed in the NFL. Here, Brett Favre, you want a challenge? Try this one. Best receiver out of the game from the 35, 19 seconds left. Is there a spark of life in Green Bay? Touchdown! Marino!
Here's Marino, wide open field, goes for a touchdown. Number 37 for the season, breaks the all-time NFL record. Going deep and open.
They are going to bring pressure again. Rodgers is going to roll away, throws it up in the air, says a prayer. Next does even stop it. Oh, please.
TGIF on the Armchair Quarterbacks. Justin Waller and Mac McGee are back at it 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern every Friday evening right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel and your local CBS Sports affiliates. We're talking the NFL, Major League Baseball, Southern football, so grab you a cold one. It's finally Friday on the Armchair Quarterbacks, 6 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern. Waller and McGee getting you ready for your sports weekend. Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Areola and Mac McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. That's Thursday nights. This baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2. with but 1 inning more to play. And then, when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pale-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn proceeded, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more, there rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley. It rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. When responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the rising pitcher ran the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air. Casey stood watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of the storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a spirit of Christian charity, where Casey's visage shone, he stilled the rising tumult and bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once the done sphere flew, but Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said strike two. Fraud, cried the maddened thousands, and echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, the audience was awed. They saw his face more stern, and cold they saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The snare is gone from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched and weak. The pounds of cruel violence is bad upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. For somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Thirsty Thursdays, it's the Armchair Quarterback Show. Joey and Tones Ariola, Mac McGee, and the rest of the guys dropping by, talking baseball, football, and everything in between. It's the Armchair Quarterbacks on Thirsty Thursdays, 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Hey Braves fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel bringing you Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans. fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up the armchair, join us for Braves Country Baseball, first pitch to last pitch, Tuesday and Friday nights, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel. Hey, baseball fans, the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel is going to bring you the baseball game of the week on Thursday nights. Tones Ariola and Mike McGee bringing you the action, the biggest game of the week in all of Major League Baseball. It's Thursday nights, this baseball season, the MLB game of the week, right here on the Armchair Quarterbacks YouTube channel.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. I think when our students asked the question and didn't remember the answer, I also know that he's letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry. Talked about how it would change our lives. He was very sorry.
Something feels different. It could be Alzheimer's. Our stories to learn more. Listen to the Alzheimer's Association.
I'm Amy Warren. I'm up late, always. After hours hanging out with you on CBS Sports Radio. Check it out, 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific.